Hey beloved, my name is Krista Pettiford. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share a prophetic word and some prophetic insight into what I believe God is doing in this season. And as He has brought us into a season of rest, restoration, and recovery, what I've noticed is, and last week I did a video where I heard the Lord speaking to me about watching the road. And then as I was spending time with Him this weekend and just slowing down, He began to speak to me about a slower pace and a slower rhythm. And He began to tell me that it's like a dance, and that he gave me two words, and I saw cadence and I saw rhythm. And I actually thought that they were kind of the same word and had the same definition, and that they are interchangeable. And many times people do use them interchangeably, and I have heard them used that way. However, when the Lord gave me this word and began to give me a vision of what He meant, I saw that He is saying cadence. A cadence is the up and down tempo, or the flow, or the inflection of the voice, how something comes to an end, how we speak, how we talk, how music sounds, how the end of a note comes, how the beginning and the flow of a note. And rhythm is what you catch to that cadence. Is what you have to catch the rhythm to a new cadence. And many times I began to think about a writer, because it was really, I was trying to understand the difference, because for so long I thought of them as the same, and I knew what God was saying. God was saying He was speaking and moving at a different beat, and I had to catch the rhythm to be able to walk with Him in sync in this new season, that I could no longer move at the pace I was moving, but I had to get in step with God and find His rhythm and His cadence. And then, and the cadence is the sound, and then get in rhythm and in step with that. But what I saw was that sometimes when we think of music, I began to think of music, and I began to think about how, from what I understand and what I've seen, I know a few people in the music industry, people will get a beat. And then when they get, somebody will write a beat or music, and then these electronic beats and all of that, and then a person will make a song to that beat. They'll be like, oh, that's a nice beat. Let me make a song to that, whether it's worship or hip hop or R&B, whatever it is. They want to make a song. When you hear a beat or a rhythm, then you make a song, and you have to find your cadence into the rhythm of that song, so it kind of goes backwards. But what God was showing me is that it's the reverse with Him in this season. He is speaking, He is singing songs of deliverance, He is dancing with us at a new pace and a new rhythm. And so we have to get in. So the song is coming before the beat in this season, whereas most times you get the beat and someone takes this lyrics or takes the composition of music that is written for instruments, and then they take the lyrics and they sing it to that rhythm that has already been there, and their cadence flows into the rhythm of the music and the beat. But God is saying, you're going to have to write your beat to my song. You're going to have to hear me and begin to move with me in step and in sync to what I'm saying and what I'm singing over you and what I'm speaking over you. And so it's going to cause us to have to hear in a new way, to get into His rhythm and to find His flow. He told me not to be driven. And I don't think that I was driven because I was trying to strive for something. It's just the way I was made up, and the way I came into ministry. I am a martyr by nature, and I have to I'm also a worshiper. And so I'm a worshiper, but I'm also a doer. And so I serve, but I do. And so there's this thing where, always on, whether it's prayer and doing prayer, or whether I was doing women's ministry, whatever I have been doing, that regardless of what I've gone through, I'm always on. So I'm always ready to jump in the flow of the Spirit, because your gifts will show up. When God calls you to something for the sake of the people, God will make your gift turn on. If you live a consecrated life, that don't always mean that you're doing everything right. But when you surrender to God, then you can tap into the Spirit and move for his people. And so I've always been able to do that. But he's saying you don't have to do that in this season. You don't have to be on all the time. You don't have to do everything. You can go to a slower rhythm, move to a slower rhythm, and let me lead you. There's no place that you have to be. There's nothing that you have to do. It's a season of rest, restoration, and recovery. So you don't have to be on. And part of me is still on because that's the way I am made. But there's this slowness that the Lord is saying, slow down. Like yesterday, I woke up at 6 a.m. and I had prayer at 7, even though I didn't do it at my former church. I had prayer in my home because that's what I'm used to. And I had a glorious time. And some of this prophetic download came during that time. And then I did my errands and I came back in the house and I said, well, I could just sit in the house, or I can grab a book off my bookshelf, and I love the ocean, and I can just go sit at the beach and read a book. And I went and read a book and watched the sunset over the ocean. And because I keep a chair and a towel in my trunk because I'm a California girl and I love the ocean and I love to be able to catch the beach, and after I go on a hike or something to go just sit and be. But now I'm not on a time schedule. I mean, of course I still have work and all of that, but my point, beloved, is that I am learning God's rhythm. I am learning his cadence, and I am having to get the rhythm or the beat of what he is speaking over me to slow down and to stay in step with him. And I believe that is a word in season for many of us. So I hope that this has ministered to you. This is prophetic insight into how God is moving in this season and how he's going to help us rebuild and restore our souls for this season and the capacity that he's bringing us into. Yes, I hope this has blessed you. God bless you until next time. And if you haven't, please like this video, share it with someone, and subscribe to my channel. And leave me a comment. Let me know what God is saying to you and if what I'm speaking to you resonates with me. Alrighty. God bless you.